3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, I am John Calvin. Good day, my amazing viewers. Reporting to you live from Geneva with today's special segment, Just In My Life as John Calvin. I refer myself as merely man from among the common people. My family came from a village by Pont l'Evêque. My grandfather was known as a boatman, something like that. From a village to studying at Le Marché College in Paris where Latin was poorly taught. But I did it anyways, and not only did I do it but my education advanced thanks to Jean Cordier. I learned Latin grammar, poetry, rhetoric, theology, and some arithmetic. I then transitioned to a new school named College of Montaigu, where I studied philosophy. That school was pretty rough. It was separated by status, pensionnaires, camisards, and pauvres. My status was known to be likely camisard, categorizing me as middle class. Every morning, you would find me either at mass or lectures at 4 a.m., and the rest of the day was filled with readings, discussions, confession, vespers, or chapel even during my meal times. There was no time for rest, for fun, or for games. I then transitioned to studying civil law in the University of Orleans where I gained a strong foundation in humanism. In 1530 I experienced an intense and sincere spiritual transformation. It was like a sudden conversion that conveyed my life towards the Protestant reform. This is where everything started shifting into perspective. In 1536, I was simply passing through Geneva when William Farel, a passionate reformer, cornered me. I'm not even making this up. He quite literally did. He went on telling me how I had no other choice than to help lead the church's reformation there. You see, many may say I wanted the spotlight, but the reality is I didn't. But I knew God was calling, and when He calls, you cannot say no. I began implementing reforms, a really serious one. So serious that they kicked me out 2 years later. They said my reforms were too harsh or too intrusive. Before we continue, let's take a break and we will come back to diving more into the harshness they said there was. We are back. People were complaining about me, how Farel and I refused to conduct communion during Easter because there were people who were unworthy. They lived a lifestyle that was not from God, and opposed to reform. I was kicked out of Geneva because I wanted to push the church to be governed by biblical discipline. But just as they kicked me out, they invited me back in 1541, and this time on my terms. I established the model for Reformed church governance that continues to influence today's churches. I introduced the ecclesiastical ordinances, which is a structure for discipline, worship, and leadership. This city of Geneva became more than a city, it became a model for Christian living. Thanks to me, I wasn't just a philosopher or theologian, I became more than that. I preached, and I did it a lot to the point that it was every day, many times during the day. I was never known to fluff things up, but to be direct, and that's what I did. I went straight to the word. I believed in a correct doctrine, one that shapes eternity, not those ones that are heresy. I call myself a man of faith, and because of that, I met my wife and married her here, my lovely Idelette. With love, there is also sorrow, and I say this because we lost our only child in infancy, and later on, I lost Idelette too. That pain, it's unbearable and it still lingers today. But carry on and press on, not for my own glory but for God's. My hope has always been to transform Geneva, that this city may be one that is a light because of its education, church discipline, and preaching the truth of God's sovereignty as it echoes far beyond our reach. So that's it. Many might not agree with me, but I'm still a man of God. I'm John Calvin and this is the story God has written for me. Until next time.